this.
Great.
All right. And then I've got a cold open.
Oh, awesome. Okay, so we've got Hook, AG side, save as, baby.
All right.
How's it going, Gomertrons? This is gonna be crazy.
I'm gonna stand. This is a stander upper for me.
Yeah, okay, good call. That's a fantastic call. This is fantastic. I feel like Larry David whenever I say that. This is fantastic idea. Have you been watching the new season at all, dude?
I'm not caught up. No.
Okay. Dude, the new season is funny as frick.
Oh man, I can't wait.
I mean,
I'm almost caught up, and then I'm gonna do it.
It's funny, dude.
I'm in the New York season right now, and it's so good. I just did the Michael J. Fox episode.
Oh yeah, dude. The Michael J. Fox.
It is so good.
I know.
All right, we got to do this. Because Kaz is
Okay.
coming in soon. Okay.
All right, sorry. Are you ready?
Yep.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3, click.
All right.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. Okay, cold open.
Yep.
In 2017, the two Gomers developed the Christmas movie taxonomy, which finally enabled the world to categorize holiday films into 5 easy-to-understand levels in order to navigate conversations about such things with clarity and like-mindedness. Category 1. The movie is Christmas-centric, usually with the holiday or something blatantly holiday-adjacent like Santa or reindeer in the title. Category 2. The film happens on December 24th or 25th, and that fact informs the plot enough that it is an inseparable fact. Wait. Category 2. The film happens on December 24th or 25th, and that fact informs the plot enough that it is inseparable from the Yuletide season. The next category, which broadens the list of eligible movies significantly and completed their original taxonomy in its first iteration, contains movies with only one key scene during Advent. In years to come, Stephen and Anthony added further categories. The fourth was movies or franchises that came out in theaters during December. And the fifth, movies that happen to be playing during holiday family gatherings that said family has adopted as traditional viewing. Then, scraping the bottom of the rolled out barrel, Anthony suggested a sixth category, movies that contain actors who are best known for their starring roles in Christmas films. And Stephen attempted a seventh, anything with snow in it. The jury is out on these latter categories, likely because the guys have completely forgotten about them. Another thing the jury is out on, into which category Steven Spielberg's 1991 effects-laden, star-studded Peter Pan Grows Up would-be blockbuster falls. And one more mystery. Will the guys ever agree on its perfection status, even when properly taxonomized? We're the two Gomers. We're talking Hook, and this is Perfect Movie.
Sorry. Fantastic, dude. Welcome, everybody, to Perfect Movie, a podcast where two regular guys try to save the universe one great film at a time. This is Anthony speaking, one of those two aforementioned Gomers, coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. Joined as always by my friend Steven, all the way out in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Hook, give us the hook, bring us the hook.
Oh, man. Okay, so we're doing Hook.
We're doing Hook.
Like, I'm so dang excited about.
Me too.
Like, one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It is one of your favorite movies of all time.
Right. This is an Anthony's choice. And since it's an Anthony's choice, I thought maybe we could just start out from the very top. And being like, if there are any film critics out there that somehow found this podcast and you're going to cancel us if we say that Hook is a perfect movie, just stick around, okay? We
I
know it's
I
we
have
know what we're getting
found
into.
way more people that love this movie than
Well,
don't.
for sure. Well, we're gonna get on to the Gomer one sheet in a little bit, but dude, this okay. Although it gets a 29% on Rotten Tomatoes
The lowest
from the
Spielberg,
critics,
the lowest Spielberg movie, right?
this is it.
Is 29% critic rating. Yeah, on Rotten
Yes. Now, a
Tomatoes.
lot of
Yeah.
times when you see a rating like that from critics, I might play an excerpt of Siskel and Ebert's review of
Oh,
it later.
okay. I didn't watch it. Yeah.
Okay, so I watched that earlier today.
Uh
Also
huh.
on that episode
Uh
with
huh.
Siskel and Ebert is Star Trek 6 on the same episode.
Wow, those were the same time.
Dude, these were in theaters the same week.
If you had asked me to guess the release year of Hook, I would have said like 93. 91, it
Right.
feels so long ago. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
why.
It we watched it so much. We listened to the CD so much.
I would have put
Like,
it post Jurassic Park for some reason.
oh really? Okay. Yeah, I would not have, because
Okay.
I feel like this movie is the linchpin, like the hinge of Spielberg's career.
Okay.
I feel like
That's
it's the
very, that
hinge.
is a hot take.
No, but I think this is a hinge point from, like, I don't make kids movies anymore.
Okay. I love that. Yes.
That's
Yep.
what I mean. No, this
Okay.
isn't the pinnacle. This isn't the apex. This is the hinge. This
I
is a
misunderstood you.
this is a
I thought
turning point.
he's coming in hot if he's saying this is the pinnacle.
No. This is actually, dude, okay. I wasn't going to
Yeah.
do this. Let me play
Hmm.
what Ebert said about it.
Okay. I'm
Okay.
very curious to hear this.
Okay.
And I give it thumbs down too. You know, there's a truism in Hollywood that at some point executives start making movies that are really their own life story. And here what you have is a guy who's very successful, surrounded by big business, but is
Huh.
told that he has to recapture his youth in order to be successful. And that may be the way that Steven Spielberg feels, and it may be the reason he made this story, which is unbelievably cumbersome in terms of explaining why an adult Robin Williams has to go back and become Peter Pan again, and then how he comes back after he's been Peter Pan. It's so complicated that you really have to ask, why didn't Spielberg just make Peter Pan?
Interesting. Now,
Yeah.
I think there's a reason. Sorry, I'm speaking to Roger Ebert from Beyond the Grave, right? This
Yeah.
the conceit of this movie is so much more interesting than just remaking Peter Pan. I know why.
Absolutely.
I know
Yep.
why Spielberg would want to make this movie. I think it's, and I remember we're gonna play audio of the trailer later, but I remember seeing this trailer in the theater. I couldn't tell you what movie it was before, and thinking that is a genius idea.
Yes,
That
it is a
this thing
genius idea.
we've always accepted about this story, Peter Pan. The main thing is he won't grow up.
Right. Yep.
What if he did? It's a perfect what if scenario.
For sure. I mean, I remember. So your family was Mags people.
We loved mags.
guys
We
had
loved our
mags.
Entertainment Weekly mags and
Entertainment
such.
Weekly.
Nintendo Power. Yeah.
Yep, I remember you and Alex showing me. I'm sure we were at a movie theater and watched the trailer together, and then I
Right.
remember you guys showing me just the picture of the hook, and we were like, "This
Genius
is gonna
poster.
Be, yeah, we were gonna be like, oh, absolutely. The design of it,
Yeah.
so cool. The hook, absolutely. Like,
Yeah.
in today's vernacular, we would have been like, this is gonna be so lit, right?
I
Like
think
this,
that might be 3 or 4 years ago.
I know
vernacular, but
this is gonna be a bop. This is gonna slap.
I'm probably people. If people have been listening to the Gomers for any amount of time, we talk about Hook
Yep.
all the time. People know how you feel about it, how I feel about it.
Yep.
I will tell you, I think that the title is genius.
Yep.
I think the conceit of the movie is genius. I think
Yep.
that original poster, the one with just black and the hook.
Yeah, the one that's on the CD.
Yes, that's the one, right?
Yep.
Is so good.
Yep.
And maybe all of that kind of plays into my ultimate feelings of the movie itself. But
Right.
trailer, idea, title, poster,
Yep.
just
Yep.
I remember practically jumping out of my skin in excitement for this movie.
For sure. Me too. Okay. Now, you gave me this book. If you're a Gomertron, you're watching this on our YouTube channel,
Yeah.
on our secret YouTube link. I got this
Don't
book from
tell.
you. Like,
Yep.
look at this. Look at this humongous thing. This is a coffee table book.
Yep, that's a tome.
Yep, Steven Spielberg, a retrospective by
Mhm.
Richard Schickel, forward by Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
And here's the hook. Here's the hook
Mm.
portion. I mean, look at this. The beautiful photos in this, incredible.
That's
Here's the
Drew
quote.
Struzan poster, right? I mean, it's when he was in his prime painting. It's like, if people
Oh.
haven't seen the Hook poster that you're showing right now, it's like a character poster like Raiders of the Lost Ark, or
Yep.
where it's just that Drew Struzan's feel is just so good. Now I think
It's
Robin Williams looks
beautiful.
a little like just
Yeah.
bonkers.
Robin Williams looks kind of weird in it.
But
I mean,
it's what he looks like
yeah.
in the movie, so
Bob Hoskins looks hilarious.
Yep.
I mean, oh gosh, we have so much to talk about. I mean, we got Julia Roberts up here, just like a little ping up in the top left hand corner.
Yep.
Uh,
Pixie
okay,
cut.
but here's the quote.
Mhm.
Okay, probably can't read it.
I can't
This
read it
is
from here.
this is the quote, and we're
Yeah.
gonna get back to this. Okay, from Steven Spielberg. Every day I came on set, I thought, is this flying out of control?
What? That's the quote they put.
Yeah, that's the quote they put in there.
What if that quote was on the movie poster?
Totally, exactly. I mean, like, clearly this thing was a mess and totally out of control. I just thought that quote makes it, like, is so telling.
Yeah, definitely.
Every
Everything you
day-
read about this movie, the making of it
Yep.
lines up with that quote, right? Like it was
Totally.
kind of an out of control production.
Yep. I mean,
And I
looking
think it shows on screen.
oh, it absolutely does. Like, one of the things that I thought super interesting about this article in here was it said it was the first of his movies to be filmed entirely in artificial surroundings over 9 sound stages.
And I think you can see that on screen too, right? It's
Yep.
there's not
if this
a
had-
real tree in this movie.
Yep.
There's not a
We
real
watched-
body of water in this movie.
I know. Like, we watched the cutscenes last night. So we did have a screening of this. So Lily has
Okay.
seen it before.
Right?
Isla had never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
We got Hook, Line, and Schooner for dinner.
What's that?
Hook.
Uh-huh.
Like, it was, my mom was here. It was her last night here last night.
Yeah.
And so they make great, like, fish. Like, they
Okay.
do fish fry. They do clam strips. They do bang bang shrimp.
Oh, that's the name of a
bangarang.
restaurant you're saying. Hook,
Yeah,
Line, and
sorry.
Schooner. Okay.
Sorry,
got it.
yeah, it's a restaurant up here in Smyrna, Georgia.
Okay.
Delicious clam strips, bang bang shrimp.
Yum.
Sorry, bang bang shrimp for the
Yummy.
bangarang. I said bangarang.
Bangarang. Grant, I'm sure you did.
Um,
I'm sure you
which
said it
didn't-
several times.
That didn't catch on, did it? Did anybody say that?
Was it supposed to be like kids everywhere are gonna start saying yelling
Right. I mean,
bangarang?
Like, there were toys, like there was marketing, right? Like,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Bangarang.
They really thought this was gonna be massive.
yep.
They wanted this to be another ET level.
So the thing
Hit.
is, this wasn't Spielberg's idea.
Right?
So like, actually in that book,
Mm-hmm. There he goes again. He's
Sorry.
pulling it out.
sorry,
It
in
is,
that book,
it is
so
a
the-
massive book, listener. If you can't see, that's kind of funny to watch Anthony try to page through it. It's so big.
It's so awesome though. Like, look at this. I'll put it in, like, view.
Right? Yeah. This is like when Gandalf stands closer to the camera.
right.
It's a forced perspective. That's what it is.
Giant book.
Yep.
But okay, so Nick Castle
Mm-hmm.
was actually supposed to make this movie,
Okay.
and he did, get this, Last Starfighter and The Boy Who Could Fly.
Right. Yeah.
There's other movies that he did. That didn't work out or whatever, so they actually brought Spielberg in to do this. So it was TriStar, Amblin, I guess. And so basically he wasn't in from the ground up.
Okay.
And there's like 3 writers.
Mm-hmm. And then there's this rumor that Carrie Fisher ghost wrote, like did a punch up of the script.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Which I love Carrie Fisher, but at that point, that just sounds like they're calling in somebody to save it. You know what I mean? Like, we know that this isn't what we want it to be. Let's call some big guns in, and we won't even credit her for it.
For sure. Well, here's what it said. It says, Hook is an anomalous movie in the Spielberg canon in that, aside from his early work at Universal, it is the only film that did not originate with him. It was in pre-production with important casting complete when the announced director, Nick Castle, fell out and Spielberg was approached to take over.
Okay, interesting. So sometimes he does that, and we've talked about Goonies, and where he's like called in as he's the producer of something like Goonies, and all of the behind the scenes footage, he's there.
Right.
And so Richard Donner's directing, but he's got like this looming Spielberg presence. This one sounds like he just said, I'm just going to take this over, because it actually kind of fits the brand, right? It's kind of a Spielberg-y idea.
Well, that sounds kind of like the Ebert thing of like, sort of like upper ups, like in the management positions, being like, we need you, and we need you to make another one of your hits. Like, I don't know where his passion level was for it.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
I mean, that's really interesting. When
like,
you think
where
about
his
the movie
like
itself. Yeah.
Think about any project. I mean, well, think about Denis Villeneuve in Dune.
Right.
Every little detail was taken care of, or Peter Jackson in The Lord of the Rings, or anybody that takes on a passion project and like I think this was, I'm just thinking, like, maybe it was like they said, they brought him on, it's already going on. He's not in the previs, he's not in the pre-production. So it's like, it's flying out of control already.
For sure.
As Peter Pan does.
Well, that's also interesting that Nick Castle directed Flight of the Navigator and The Boy Who Could Fly. Feels a little on the nose, then they give him a Peter Pan movie.
Hey, you like flying? Yeah.
So I think that we're going to keep talking about a lot of this stuff. Like, a lot of it feels messy. A lot of it feels out of control. For some reason, it is intensely beloved by a lot of people. By you, we're going to bring on Kaz in a little bit, because I felt like you need somebody else on your side in this. But remember when we were talking, we just mentioned it offhandedly to Graylin last time. She's like, "Oh, I love Hook." I would say 90% of the time when I mention Hook to people, they love it. And so did your girls love it?
They loved it. We had a total blast. Right. I say tons of lines from this movie and have listened to this score their entire lives. And so Isla, even though she has never seen it, she kept being like, "Oh, I recognize that. Oh, I recognize that." Like, dude, when Potty Cookie came up, I want to.
That must have been a big moment for her.
She's like, "My life makes sense." When he said, "There you are, Peter," like, she was like, "My life makes sense."
Well, it is like sort of like when we were talking about Dune, which is when people see Dune and they're like, "I've heard this a million times, I've seen this a million times," and you have to say, "No, this is the originator of all that stuff." Right. Like, Isla must have thought, "Oh, this is just something we say. I want a patty, I want a cookie, me, mine, now." And then she's like, "Oh, I see. Hook's not copying that thing. That's from Hook."
Totally. Here's what it is. It's like when a worship leader introduces a new worship song and they teach the chorus. Yeah. Do like a teaching chorus. And then you go back and start the song from the beginning.
With the verse. Yep. Yeah.
With the in its all entirety, and you get to that chorus and you already know it.
You're like, I know it. Yep.
That was Isla. She was like, "I want a patty." Oh my gosh, I've heard this. My life makes sense. So for sure. Amazing. Hey, can we come in real quick with a few Strickens?
I've been thinking about Strickens because this is Anthony's choice, right? I feel like I want to save my Strickens for After you and Kaz have a chance to kind of try to present this movie as perfect, right? I think I want to come in with the Strickens after, but I am curious about some Strickens beforehand. What do you have written down?
Okay. Here we go.
Let's do it.
Strike the mermaid orgy scene.
Okay, I'll strike it.
Okay, strike the mermaid orgy scene. So if you're new to the podcast, we're going to put the movie on trial.
Right.
And what I'm saying is these cannot be taken into evidence against it being perfect.
I see. So maybe that's why I don't feel comfortable striking anything right now, because I actually think they should take into account what I'm going to say later. Does that make sense? But I'm fine striking the mermaid. They're all kissing and breathing into his mouth, and it's kind of odd. And he's not dead. He's being kept alive by the sexuality of these mermaids.
Yeah. And then, Tink just leaves him behind. She's like, oh, he's dead.
Dead. I guess he's dead. Yep.
Okay, dead. I have a ton of plot holes.
Okay.
I want you to strike the 2-hour and 20-minute running time. I want you to strike.
I don't know if I can strike.
You need to strike Peter's origin story. You need to strike the screenplay.
Oh my gosh.
You need to strike where does Toodles go at the end?
No, this is a very like pirate ship at the end of Goonies. Like, so you're just gonna let that thing float away?
Exactly. It's like
Toodles just goes up into space and probably dies in space
for sure
somewhere.
Like he floats up until the fairy dust goes away and then just sink. Like, because what does an old dude do in Neverland?
No, he gets too high up in the atmosphere. He's not being led there very well. He loses his way and he freezes to death in the depths of space.
Okay,
that's
so that's
what the Toodles strike it.
Okay. I don't know how Captain Hook leaves.
What do you mean? You mean his death scene? This whole giant
Captain
alligator
Hook,
falling?
Captain Hook can't leave Neverland, so how does he get to London to steal the kids?
Oh, okay, right. Which I love the visual.
Yes.
Of the torn of his hook kind of tearing up the entire house. So he is there and he signed a letter. You're right. Doesn't work.
Right. Like isn't the point that Hook can't leave or something? Like,
I didn't know that. Is that Peter Pan lore?
I thought Peter Pan lore is he's like, they're stuck there. I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
not.
I didn't know that part.
I guess I don't. Yeah. Like,
I
how
think
does
Hook can
he
do
go
what he
to...
wants. That's my understanding.
Okay, so this is a little Tron Legacy-esque.
Sure.
In that, Clue was going to leave the grid and head into and like cause havoc in the real world.
Right. Now,
dude, that would have been actually cool to see.
I think that's a cool a cool idea for a sequel.
I do too. Like
Hook
Dustin
comes
Hoffman.
into the real world and does crazy crap.
That is actually pretty cool. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, write that
but
somewhere.
I thought he couldn't
Spielberg.
leave. I could be wrong. I don't know.
Right. What I was referring to there is I don't get Hook's death at the end. There's some sort of is that alligator or is it a crocodile? I can't remember. The actual one that bit off his hand. Is it alive? Does it come to life? He burps. He falls on Captain Hook. There's a cloud of dust. They look into it. It burps.
Yep.
And I'm just left thinking, what just happened? I mean, what is this death? Is he dead? Seems a little strange to me, but okay. So I would say
we won't strike that.
Okay.
You want it? Okay. We'll strike that. I mean, we could also strike the sets, the Lost Boys, Rufio.
I have some egregious things that I want to bring up later.
Okay. Great.
Okay.
And also, this is all in fun. This isn't a real courtroom. This isn't a court of law.
Gives a rip. If you love Hook, I bless you in that. I'm gonna bless Anthony and Kaz to continue to love what they love. But this movie is a friggin' mess.
Okay, dude, I can't wait.
Should we do the one sheet?
Yes. Okay, Gomer one sheet.
Yeah.
If you are our 13.1 patron and you're watching this, for some
Yeah.
reason I have this like bead of light from the sun, our sun, that all of life comes from. It is glorious, but it's just burning my face off, and I
He's
keep
like,
moving around.
Yeah,
so.
he has to move very curiously during
Like
this
look
so
at
far. Yeah, I know. It's right
Okay.
down the
So,
space. Okay.
That's why you
Gomer
want to
one
be a
sheet.
13.1 fan. Okay. Hook. Tagline.
Hook.
What if Peter Pan grew up?
Perfect.
Actually, yeah.
Perfect. Yeah,
And-
that's great.
We'll probably get into casting. Yeah, we'll get into casting. Okay.
Okay.
Release date. Okay, let me look at my watch here. It is December 2nd, 2021 as of recording
Holy
this.
cow. It's
We
30
are-
years.
30 years in 9 days.
We did it.
30th anniversary of Hook. We almost nailed this.
Yes, great.
No, we did nail it. Budget $70 million. Okay, tanked for Spielberg. Only
And for what they
119
wanted,
million.
it did not meet expectations. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, for
Mhm.
sure. Worldwide, 300 million.
Yeah.
I would say a big boost to this movie is the rewatchability, replayability on cable. Like it is like it was on cable all the time.
It came out at the height of VHS and cable.
Yes.
And so it must have just raked it in those two
And-
places.
I still think, I mean, I could even use this as evidence later. It's a great sleepover movie. If you're like
yeah, I
10,
agree.
12,
Mhm.
13, 14, this is to the advantage of the running time.
Mhm.
It takes up a lot of a sleepover.
I mean, you could fall asleep at the beginning of this movie
Yeah,
and wake up for a midnight snack, put it on again a couple times, and you're at the morning.
for sure. You're there. Okay, this was nominated for 5 Academy Awards.
Yeah, I was
Believe it
really
or not.
surprised to see that.
Yeah, art direction. I wish
Mhm.
I would have looked up who it lost against, but if you just want to look up the 1992 Oscars, you can check that out. But it was nominated for art direction, costumes,
Yep.
effects, visual effects, which looks super dated,
Mhm.
makeup, which actually was really good in a lot of the people,
Yeah.
and music, original song, When You're Alone, which I think is a great song.
Yeah.
I wonder if the lyricist for that was Leslie Brickus or Brissus or whatever.
Who's that?
He did Willy Wonka. He did
Okay.
Home Alone.
That's what I was going to
He
say.
did
Did he do Star
anything-
of Bethlehem?
Yes, anything lyrically that John Williams did, he
Wow,
did.
That's cool. I didn't know that. He has a lyricist.
Yeah, and he
Huh.
actually he died recently, I believe.
Okay.
I didn't look up whether or not he did When You're Alone. If future Anthony can come in, say that'd be cool. Okay,
Okay.
a couple other things. We
Yeah.
mentioned the Rotten Tomatoes score from the critics, 29%. 76% for the audience though. So people really like this. That's
That's a
That
big that's
is-
a big spread.
yeah.
You know what has recently come out that's similar is the new Ghostbusters.
Oh, really? Critics don't like it.
Yeah, panned by critics a lot. I mean,
Really?
and really loved by audiences,
Yeah.
including me. I had
Uh-huh.
a friggin' blast.
Yeah.
So I was encouraged when I would look at Rotten Tomatoes and see that low score, but also I think the audience score means a lot for kind of like, will you like this movie or not?
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. That's great.
Mhm.
Actually, see, the thing is though, on a lot of these like websites and trailers and stuff like that, they only put the critic score.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because
Yep,
they
I
only
do.
have room for one score.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Couple other things about this. I did not know this. Originally,
Uh-huh.
it was supposed to be Kevin Kline, not Robin Williams.
I mean, I think that's better. I need to table this.
Yeah, you
I-
table
Table
Robin
Robin
Williams chat.
Williams chat. Okay.
This is one of the biggest bones of contention between me and Steven and Alex.
right.
So we'll get there, and we need Kaz.
That's true. We
I will
gotta
say-
have cause for this, so we're evenly
Okay.
matched.
All right, we'll get there. Okay.
Okay.
Couple other things that are super duper important. Well,
Yeah.
one really cool thing. Best-selling novel when this was out was The Firm.
That is very important. Yeah.
I think that's actually pretty cool.
Uh-huh.
And other movies in the theater at this exact same time were Star Trek 6, one of my most important movies.
Mm-hmm.
Father of the Bride, one of your most important movies.
Mm-hmm. What a weird release date on Father of the Bride, December 20th.
Isn't that?
She
Family
gets
Christmas movie?
married in the winter. So I wonder if that's
Okay.
why, but it's in LA. It doesn't make any sense that's a summer movie, you fools.
Total. But maybe Christmas
Yeah.
family.
I guess it's a family movie. Yep. Yeah.
Was that a thing yet at that
Mhm.
point?
I
The
think
Christmas
it was.
family.
I think that they would release movies that the whole family could go to, and they still do.
Okay, when did that? What's Patient Zero for Christmas family movie?
I wonder. Yeah.
I wonder as I wander. I wonder as I wonder.
Speaking
I-
of Christmas, the other
wanna
thing I
know.
noticed here was City Slickers,
Mm,
which makes sense then why Billy Crystal tells that joke at the Oscars about the Lost Boys.
yes.
So, which we talked about 2 perfect movies ago, and I never thought, oh, that's going to come up 2 movies from now. So,
Yes. Ooh.
yeah.
Okay, so Star Trek 6 is in the theater.
yeah,
What is the last line from Star Trek 6?
to boldly go, right? Oh no, do they
Nope.
quote Peter Pan in that movie?
Yes.
Straight
Second
on
Star
till
to-
morning.
Like,
Yeah.
where like it's Chekhov, I think,
Uh-huh.
asks Kirk, "Where do we go?"
Yeah. Second star to the
Amazing.
left and straight on till morning. Yeah. That's great.
Second star to the right.
My bad. I
Do you
should be
want me to
punished.
fix that? Fix that
No,
in post or keep it.
Don't keep it. Keep it.
Don't go to the trouble.
Second star to the left. Right. That's just some like really messy edit.
right.
Um,
That's amazing, dude.
let me read the VHS. Back to the
Okay.
VHS. It's such a 90s VHS.
Yeah.
It says this: a high-flying adventure from the magic of Steven Spielberg. Hook stars Robin Williams as a grown-up Peter Pan and Dustin Hoffman as the infamous Captain Hook. Joining the fun, debatable, is Julia Roberts as Tinkerbell,
Oh,
Bob
geez.
Hoskins as the pirate Smee, and Maggie Smith as Granny Wendy Darling. I mean, the shining star, who must convince
she's-
the middle-aged
don't-
lawyer. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, she's amazing. Wait, don't forget David Crosby. Don't forget Sting. Oh, not Sting. Sorry.
Phil Collins.
Phil Collins. Thank you so much. And Gwyneth Paltrow.
And Glenn Close
Oh, yeah. Yes.
as that pirate that goes into the box, right? She's got a beard. And she
Totally.
actually is really good in
Yep.
that role. I mean, it's good stuff. Okay, anyways.
Yep.
Who must wait? Maggie Smith is Granny Wendy Darling, who must convince the middle-aged lawyer Peter Banning. Sorry.
That name is so dumb.
That he
Peter
was once
Banning.
and my caretaker just happens to be Wendy from those books. And so the adventure begins anew with Peter off to Neverland to save his 2 children from Captain Hook. Along the way, he rediscovers the power of imagination, of friendship, and of magic. A classic tale updated for children of all ages. Hook, nominated for 5 1991 Academy Awards, including Best Visual Effects, is, quote, a 10. A film that will
Ooh.
entertain generations from now. He's talking about us, generations from now. That's Gary
Mhm.
Franklin, KABC TV. This is some sort of ABC like, local station, probably.
Anybody, is there anything we can post?
142 minutes. I'm as
Ooh,
shocked about this as when you told me
baby.
that one ultra marathoner ran 276 miles. That's what
Was
it
it
feels
that?
like.
Was it that to get through this?
Good news, nation. It's in color, blue mashed potatoes, and all. All right, listen. We got to get Kaz into this because, like
Yep.
we said, you need somebody to back you up on this. Honestly, I have just been longing for so long to talk about this. I'm so glad it is not a Steven's choice, it's an Anthony's choice, but I'm so glad you pushed it for this Christmas.
Great.
I cannot wait to get into the trial.
Yes. All right, dude, let's do it. Hold on, don't let Cause in. I gotta grab my liqueur.
Okay,
1 second.
and actually, I'm going to stop the video recording and restart just to make sure it records him.